Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I want to just join the chats here. Okay, yes, we are live. Awesome. Okay. Hi everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me well? So, let's see if people have joined in. We have a lot of stuff today. All of them are very simple to make. Today is an easy, simple recipe, but the setup is elaborate today. So as you can see, my entire table is filled up with stuff. Good morning, good morning. Hi, hi everyone. Okay, let's wait for like hello, hello. Okay. Anand, this is showing. Okay, yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, so let's start in another 1 minute. Okay, let's just wait for 1 more minute and see if people are joining in. Hello. Where are you guys watching from? Comment and let me know. Where are you guys joining in this class from? I know some of you are from Chennai, some of you are from Delhi, but where else? Pune, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bangalore, Noida, Kolkata. Since when is Noida not Delhi? But okay. Uttarakhand, Mumbai, Gurgaon. People have started saying Gurgaon separately. Nice. Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Mumbai. Awesome. Okay, so let's start. Okay, people can join in later. Awesome. So I'm going to introduce myself once again for anyone who is new around here. My name is Smriti Iyer. I'm a pastry chef based here in Delhi. We are in my official school studio space, which is called the Arch Studio. Now, today, along with Jindal Cocoa and homebakers.co.in, we are doing our third session. Okay, one more session left after this next Thursday, but till then we'll concentrate on today's session. So today we are going to make a beautiful summer dessert called mango Pavalova. Now, can you guys tell me what a Pavalova is and where it's from before we start? Today's recipe is not very complicated. It's easy to make. You can do as many variations as you want and end up with stunning results. So let's see. If you guys know what Pavalova means. Australia. It's not Australia actually. It's New Zealand. Usha says New Zealand. Yes, this dessert is from New Zealand. As much as we think that Australia and New Zealand have very similar things, they might have similar things, but a lot of it is very different from each other. And yes, it's from New Zealand. And you're telling me that Pavalova is whipped egg white dessert. Yes, it is meringue based. meringue on the bottom. Yes, so it is a meringue, but today we are going to make an egg-free meringue. So before we do the egg-free meringue, we are going to make another very interesting element in this dessert. For it, I will ask my beautiful camera guy to come close and show you guys what it is. Okay, so what we are making right now is the mango pearls. Okay, now you can use this technique to make any flavored pearls or sago that you want. We are making these pearls from this beautiful sabudana. Okay, what I have here is some tapioca pearls or sabudana, right? I have soaked them overnight and then we have strained it out into this pan. I'm adding some mango juice. If you are using store-bought mango juice, then you need not add sugar because most of them have added sugar. If you're using fresh, then you can add some sugar. So I'm going to add a little bit of sugar in here, okay? And then we are going to cook this, right? Now I soaked the dry sabudana or sago pearls or tapioca pearls overnight in just plain drinking water. You can soak it overnight in mango juice as well. It doesn't make a huge difference. We did try with different methods, but let's cook this, okay? All right. Now this is going to take like 5 to 7 minutes. Until then, we can talk. All right. Have you guys used sabudana or sago pearls before? In desserts, of course. Started to get thickened up because sabudana is starch, okay? And starch thickens. Now it's getting thickened up. You can also add a little bit of water into this if you want to, but I don't think it's totally required to do that, okay? Can you see that it's thickening like this? At this point, I'm going to add a little bit of color. It's completely optional. I'm adding some yellow color, okay? I'll just give it a nice, beautiful yellow shade, okay? Just adding to the overall appeal of the dessert. You don't need to do it. Okay, so this is what it's looking like right now. I'm going to show you a close-up as well. What size of sabudana should I use? Use the biggest size. That's going to look nice. And will have some texture as well. We use it to make payasam. Yes, of course. We also use it to make payasam. My party used to make amazing sabudana payasam. So does my mom. What is the size of sabudana? I've already answered that. Okay. All right. Do you see what it looks like now? Yeah. Now at this point, I'm going to put it in a bowl to cool. If your sabudana is too wet, then you have to sieve it once, but to me this looks fine. As it cools down, it's going to get thickened up, so I'm going to leave it like this, okay? Simple enough? Okay, so I'm going to place it right here. You can put this in a bowl to cool down. Awesome. So the next thing that we are going to make is the meringue. Now before we get on to the meringue, you can take this. Before we get on to the meringue, I want to know what are the different types of meringue. Yeah, traditionally, what are the 3 different types of meringue? I want you to tell me in the comments. For those of you who are new to me, I don't like to just talk throughout the session. I want you guys to interact with me. I want you guys to tell me things so that we can learn together, right? What are the 3 different types of meringue? And this is based off of method of making the meringue. So you guys tell me, what are the different types of meringue? Nice. So you guys are telling me Italian, French and Swiss. Absolutely correct. Those are the 3 types of classic meringues: Italian, French and Swiss. Now the next question is, what is meringue? What is meringue? Who's going to tell me? So many of you are telling me that it's Italian, French and Swiss. I am so happy that you guys know that. Good job. Okay, so what is meringue? Beaten egg whites. What else? Protein. Whipped egg whites. Basically, meringue is a protein whipped up with sugar. That is what is meringue, okay? Egg white fluff with sugar. Yes, that's correct. So instead of egg whites, today we are going to use some potato protein powder, okay? I'm going to ask my camera guy to come closer so that everybody can see it. Today we are going to make an egg-free meringue or vegan meringue using potato protein powder. You can use this same method to use egg whites if you're not, if you don't have problem consuming eggs, but I just wanted to give you an option. Okay, so we have some water here. Okay, we have some water here, and to this we are going to add potato protein powder. You can use whey protein powder, and these days you get rice protein, so you can use any protein that you want, and then we are going to blend it together. What this is going to do is, it's going to rehydrate the protein in the water. You see that? You're going to have to blend it properly for it to sort of activate, okay? Beautiful. Have you made an egg-free meringue before? I want to know in the comments, have you made egg-free meringue before, or vegan meringue, any sort of vegan meringue? So somebody is asking me, and I get this question a lot from my students as well, is potato starch and potato protein the same? Who's going to tell me if potato protein and potato starch are the same? Jagrati says no. No. Yes, that's correct. It's not the same. Starch is carbohydrate and protein is, well, protein. How can protein and carbohydrate be the same, guys? I know it's hard to believe this because potato has so much starch. We don't see it as a source of protein, but it's basically the protein from the potato which is isolated in the lab. Okay, that's what is potato protein. Now you have this foamy mixture here. Can you see this? Can you see this? Yeah. What we are going to do is we are going to put this in a bowl of the stand mixer. You can do this with a hand mixer. I know that's going to be your immediate next question. Can we do it with a hand mixer? Of course you can. Can you do it by hand? Well, if you have half an hour and a lot of strength, then you can do it by hand. Otherwise, I suggest that you get a machine to make a meringue, whether it's a handheld machine or a stand mixer, okay? All right. All right, so you can do this with whey protein as I mentioned before. Now, to this we are going to add sifted icing sugar little by little. So, I am going to add just a teaspoon first, okay? Not too much. And then we are going to start whipping this. All right, I'm going to put my stand mixer on. Let me bring it close to me. Okay. Am I there yet? No, I'm not. Okay. Potato, protein and starch are different. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's absolutely correct. I'm going to put my balloon whisk attachment on. And we are going to whip this. Okay. First we are going to whip this to stiff peaks, and then we are going to, well, semi-stiff peaks, and then we are going to add the icing sugar. Make sure that your icing sugar is properly sifted, okay? It doesn't have any lumps or clumps. All right. Can we do the blending also with the hand mixer? No, you can't. See, hand mixer does aeration, okay? It doesn't blend things. You need a blender and you need a hand mixer. Those are the two different machines you would need, okay? So those of you who are asking me about the proportion and the recipe, etc., everything will be written down for you in PDF format, as well as usual it will be shared in the groups and it will be put in the description as well. So you please concentrate on the recipe right now, and then we will give you all of the measurements later, okay? What happens when you keep looking at the measurements and the recipe is that you lose track of what is going on in the class itself. So let's first learn here and then you can, okay, Anand, so can we show them what the texture of this looks like? Alicia asks me, can aquafaba be used? Yes, you can use aquafaba in the same amount, okay? The recipe will be given to you. Alright, can you see this? Can they see the peak? Yeah? So at this point we are going to add icing sugar little by little. Don't rush this process. You don't want to deflate your meringue, right? So first when you add your icing sugar, start at like speed 2. Once it's all blended in, you can increase the speed. Okay? That's blended in. All right. You see the meringue building here? Adding more icing sugar. Now, you guys tell me what type of meringue we are making here. Who's going to tell me that? Who's going to tell me what type of meringue we are making? Yeah. Again, mix it at a slow speed. Wipe it down. Sometimes with your stand mixer, things don't mix properly. Okay. Wipe it down like that, and then high speed now, about 6. Not super high speed, but 6. Okay. So Varnika says it's French meringue. Apeksha says it's French. Who else is going to tell me what kind of meringue this is? Okay. Adding more icing sugar. Italian. No, it's not Italian. French meringue. Yes, this is French meringue. I wanted to keep this recipe super easy and approachable for everyone. So this is French meringue. Yes, so many of you have said French. Yes, it is French meringue. I'm going to again wipe it down from the sides. Till then, if you have any meringue related questions, you can ask me, because I know that this is the only long thing in this entire dessert. Can we use electric beater, hand mixer? Yes, of course. As I said before, you don't need a stand mixer for this. You can do this with a hand mixer as well. Now I'm going to add the rest of the icing sugar. Okay. And a tiny bit of vanilla extract for flavor. Okay. This is optional, but it gives a nice aroma to everything. Then again, start slow so that it mixes well, and then increase the speed. Alicia says, I have made meringue using caster sugar. How is it different when using icing sugar? For French meringue, you need to use icing sugar, otherwise your meringue is not going to build up as beautifully, especially if it's an egg-free meringue. Okay, you can use caster sugar or any other type of sugar when you're dissolving the sugar beforehand. So whether it's Swiss meringue or Italian meringue, wherein both of the procedures, first mix or dissolve the sugars. In that you can use a bigger granule. But when it comes to French meringue, you need to use icing sugar. What will be the speed of the hand mixer? You have to mix it at the highest speed, because it doesn't have speeds as varying as your stand mixer. So you do it at the highest speed. Okay. How can we understand that meringue is now ready to use? Okay. This is a good question. You will know the meringue is ready to use when you see the texture. Okay, and I'll show you here when it's ready to use. I'll show you what it's going to look like. Okay. Varnika asks, would all the 3 types of meringues give the same result? No, they'll all be giving you different results. French meringue is delicate and sort of light. Italian meringue is the sweetest meringue, but it's also the stiffest meringue. It will hold shape the best among all the 3, and Swiss meringue is somewhere in between. Okay. What is the difference between the 3 types of meringues? Who's going to tell us the difference between French, Swiss and Italian meringue here? I want you guys to write it in the comments and then I will tell you. Okay? And then now I'm going to increase the speed just a little bit. I know this is a long process, but I want you guys to see the entire thing so that, because I know that a lot of you struggle with making egg-free meringue or vegan meringue. Okay, let's check on this once. It's slowly getting there. Okay. Can we use vanilla essence? I don't generally recommend using essence over extract because extract is the real flavor and essence is the artificial flavor, but you can do whatever you want. Sugars are used in different types of meringue. Okay, can you guys hear me? No.
नहीं आता क्यों put it down? Smriti, put it down.
Can you guys hear me now? Can everyone hear me? Yes. Okay. Yes.
That is
Back. Okay. Back. So sorry for losing you guys back there. Okay. Can you see that it's gotten much thicker now? I think we're there. As I said before, this is not for holding super shape, but this is to make. No, let's come here and show them. Okay, so what we have here is our meringue. Alright. We're going to take our meringue and we're going to spread it on the sheet like that. Okay. So you can make it as big or as small as you want. Okay. Make it as big or as small as you want. And now this is going to go in a preheated oven. Can you guys hear me once again? Just checking because we're still receiving some messages. Maybe they are on a lag, is it? Okay. So this is going to go in a preheated oven at 110 degrees Celsius. Yes, it's a very low oven. 110 degrees Celsius for about 1 hour. Once it comes out of the oven, you're going to let it cool down completely before proceeding to add things on, okay? Alright. So we're gonna take this. Alright. Can you bring that closer here? Because I think, yeah. ले जाओ ये. Okay. Awesome. Now let's make our next element, which is going to be a microwave sponge. Okay. It's a very easy, simple recipe, quick to make. You can use it in any dessert. Okay. So here we go. Have you guys made microwave sponge before? And if you have, can you tell me the difference between like a regular sponge and a microwave sponge? What does a microwave sponge have that, what might be the difference between the two? What might be the difference between the two? Ritu asked me if there is a taste difference between this and egg meringue. Yes, there is a little bit of a taste difference, but when it's on its own, if you taste it, there is a little bit of a difference. But obviously, you don't eat meringue just on its own unless it's a part of the dessert. So when you eat it as a part of a dessert, then you'll not feel any difference. All right. Okay, so the next element that we're going to make is the microwave sponge. Have you guys made microwave sponge before? Come, let's show you how to make a microwave sponge. Kavita says, I find microwave sponge to be a little too dry. That's probably because your sponge is overcooked. There is more liquid, less moisture. No, not less moisture for sure. I'm going to show you. It will not be brown. Yes, it will not be brown. That's for sure. Because it's not been subjected to as much heat. That's why it's not going to be brown. Okay, so let's make this very quick, delicious sponge. Okay, we're going to take some oil here. Vegetable oil, any neutral vegetable oil would do. To this, we are going to add some powdered sugar. You can use caster sugar if you want. We are using powdered sugar. Okay. Then we are going to whisk these two, just not aerating it or anything, because oil doesn't hold air, please. Okay. Just mixing it so that it's nice and homogeneous. And then we are going to add into our milk, we are going to add vinegar. Okay. To this, we are going to add our all-purpose flour and baking soda. Now, why are we using baking soda here instead of baking powder, or a combination of baking soda and baking powder? Who's going to tell me this? And then we are going to add our milk. Who is going to tell me why we are using only baking soda here? Easy, simple. See that? No hassle at all making this. Okay, so somebody says, because you need it to act quickly. Absolutely right. Baking powder should be added when you have a long bake time. Okay? Baking soda is added when you want to bake something very quickly. So I have some silicone molds here. Simple, easy silicone molds. You can use glass if you want. And we're going to just And then this is going to go in a microwave at about 900 power for about a minute. Okay? And I will show you what it looks like. Putting it in the microwave. Right. We do have some sponge to show them, but the good part of here is that it's going to be done in a minute. So we're going to show them what the sponge looks like. Okay, in the meantime, I'm also going to cut some mangoes and take some questions from you guys, okay? Use any mangoes that you like. It needs to be nice and sweet though, okay? Okay. Nice. I'm just going to cut it into small cubes. Get the freshest mangoes possible, okay? Is it done? Let's check. Maybe half a minute more. It's done. It's the quickest sponge ever. I need a bowl. We have a bowl. Okay. So I'm going to take out the mango. Right into the bowl here. Beautiful. Okay. If I want to make chocolate sponge, what can I do? You switch out a little part of the flour for cocoa powder. That's how you make a chocolate sponge. Okay, this is done. Can we show them? Each see. Okay, maybe one like half more minute. Sorry guys. You just have to keep a check. Till then we can show them this. Come close. If we are using whey protein, do we have to mix in the same method? Yes, absolutely same. Can we do this in the OTG instead of microwave? No. The whole point of doing this in the microwave is for it to be quick, right? This is a sponge that we made earlier. Look at the texture. Yeah, look at how soft it is. And this is what you need when you're trying to make a quick dessert. I mean, if you want to use your OTG or your oven, then you might as well make a proper sponge and not a microwave sponge, okay? Now, we have our microwave sponge out. Look at that. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. Okay. You see? See how quick that is? It's very, very hot right now, so you want to cool it down just a little bit. Yeah. But it's super, super easy. I'm going to use a spoon. Do you see that? That is a microwave sponge, okay? Simple, easy. When you just want to add a spongy texture, the eggless meringue looked a little runny instead of stiff. Yeah, because we don't need stiff meringue for Pavalova, especially not this type of Pavalova. If you want to make it stiffer, because I don't need it to be extremely sweet, I want it to be I want it to be a little bit on the less sweeter side. Okay, so that's why I didn't add any as much sugar as it will make it as much sugar as it needs to become stiff. But if you want to use a little more sugar, that's completely up to you. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we have all of our elements here. Yes, we do. I'm going to keep this right here. We have one last thing to make, which is a vanilla chantilly. Now, who's going to tell me what a vanilla chantilly is? What is chantilly cream or creme chantilly? Can we check the sponge by inserting a knife? No, you don't need to do that. Once you see it and you touch the top, you know that it's sort of springy, and that's all you need, okay? Okay. So I'm going to make, yes, so I'm doing, yes, you guys are telling me that vanilla chantilly is just whipped cream. That's correct. It's dairy whipped cream, not non-dairy. It's dairy whipped cream, which is the original whipped cream, right? That is creme chantilly or chantilly cream. So I have some really cold cream in this bowl. I also put the bowl in the fridge. You need to do that for when it's very, very hot when you're working. Okay. Somebody says it's custard plus whipped cream. No, it's not custard. That's creme diplomat. Okay, that's not creme chantilly. That's creme diplomat. Here we are making creme chantilly or chantilly cream or just plain old whipped cream. Okay. Cream, icing, sugar and vanilla. Correct? That's it. That's what is creme chantilly. Okay. So we are going to do this until it's soft peaks, not stiff peaks. You don't need stiff peaks here. Dairy based. Yes, this is 35% fat cream. There are plenty of brands out there for it. There is Amul Red. You know what? We will discuss it in the group because I don't want to crowd it with brand recommendations in this slide. Basically, you want to use anything that is high fat. Okay, otherwise it will not rip up. So somebody is asking me, dairy cream is not easily available where I am. That's fine, then you use non-dairy, but nowadays dairy cream is easily available most of the places. So try and use dairy cream if possible, because you're making a dessert with all these really nice ingredients and all these really nice elements, right? So why to use non-dairy? But if that's the only option you have, then go ahead and use non-dairy. Just adding some icing sugar in here. Make sure that your icing sugar or powdered sugar, whatever it is very smooth. Okay, has no lumps. I'm going to use a spatula. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry if there were some difficulties with the volume, etc. I don't know what's going on, but I want to give a good class to you guys, so I hope you're able to hear me now. Okay, so let's show them the texture. This is not yet whipped. Okay, you see how it's getting nice peaks now? That's what you want, and I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract in here for some flavor, because everything is flavor here. Okay, that's done. You see? That's what you want. Can you see this texture? Yeah, that's what you want. Awesome. So now let's put together our beautiful dessert. All of the elements are done. You can put as many things into this as you want. But these are the combination of ingredients I am using today. Okay. Let's bring in all of our elements closer. Have our little board here, and I have some meringue prepared earlier. Okay. Let's show them the meringue. Come, let's show them the meringue. Okay. Now this is a meringue I made before. It's cooled and easy to pick up. You see the texture here? It's a little bit soft in the middle here and nice and crunchy on the outside. We had a little leftover, so I made a little small meringue as well here, as you can see. What we also did, a little interesting thing I'm going to show you, is we piped some of that meringue on top of these hemisphere molds. Okay, you see that? You see that? And that will give you these little meringue cups, which will hold nice shapes, and then you can make mini Pavalovas out of this. Can you see this? Okay. So let's put together our big Pavalova and our mini Pavalova now. Okay. So we have our small meringue, and our big meringue. Okay, now to this we are going to add some whipped cream here and there. You can use a piping bag for this. I'm just going to spoon it on because I want to show you how easy and simple it is. Okay, you can definitely use a piping bag. Okay, so that's there. Then we have some of that beautiful. Can they see that? Can they see this?
Yeah.
Mango, tapioca pearls, sago pearls, sabudana, whatever you want to call it, mango pearls. Okay, you add as much or as little as you want. Okay, I'm going to do this to the small guy also. Adding some whipped cream or creme chantilly. Adding some sago. Okay, and then we are going to add some fresh mangoes. For the little guy as well. can add as much or as little as you want. As I always say, Pavlova is a very, these kind of desserts are fun because you can do literally whatever you want, right? You can add as much or as little of anything, right? Then we have some of our sponge. Okay. Are you liking this type of dessert? What do you guys think? It's very nice for jar desserts as well. If you have orders to do, it's a good variant dessert as well. Yeah, I mean it's really nice for anyone making anything at home, but also it's good for orders because you can put this whole thing in a jar, right? And make these mini Pavalovas. Yes, isn't it a good idea to make mini Pavalovas with this? Alright, a little more sponge, I think here would be nice. Okay. A little bit here, I guess. Yeah. Okay. And now to this, we will add a bit of toasted almonds. Just almond flakes, okay, and one of our star ingredients, which is the roasted almond butter from Jindal cocoa. Okay, this is pure almond butter, and it doesn't have much. It doesn't have any sweetness added to it, and we thought long for how to use it, but when I tasted it, I thought that in one of the desserts we can use that product just as is without adding anything to it, okay? Because the meringue is sweet, all the elements are sweet. This is going to give a very nice nutty flavor to it. So what I do is I just literally just do that, okay? Just mix it and then spoon it all over the top. Once again, you can add as much or as little as you want of this. Completely depends on your preference. Okay. I'm going to finish it with a little more almond flakes on top. A little more of the sour pearls just to give it that pop of color. You can add more of the fresh mangoes. And we're going to finish it off with beautiful mint, because it's a summer dessert. It should look bright and cheerful as well, right? So do you guys like these type of desserts? It's a messy dessert. I know you're going to ask me how to eat it. You just cut it on the table and then serve, okay, just like a cake. How does it look? How does it look, guys? Okay, let's do this. I guess that's enough. Do you like it? Do you like the idea? Are you getting more ideas out of this? That's my main question, because you can definitely recreate it the way I taught you. Alright, that's lovely. Can they see the dessert? Yeah? What is the shelf life? Shelf life is 1 day of this. You make it the day you eat it, that's all. Pavlova is not to be stored. You can store the meringue for up to a week. If you live in a dry climate, just put it in the in a closed oven or in an airtight box. Mind you, it needs to be airtight. But the dessert itself, I mean, with so many fresh elements on there, I won't keep it for more than a day. It needs to be put together and then eaten on the same day. Divya asked me, won't it be soggy? No, it won't be soggy if you eat it on the same day. That's the whole point. If you do keep it in the fridge and all of that, it'll still taste nice, but the texture is going to get a little bit soggy. Okay? Will this be stable in hot and humid weather? Absolutely fully stable. Okay? Try it. You'll know what I'm talking about. How do we know that it's baked? That's a good question. You tap on top of the meringue. Okay? You tap on top of your meringue and it should be dry. That's when you know that it's completely done, and then you pull it out of the oven. The good thing is that if it's not completely dry on top, you can just put it back into the oven and it'll keep on baking for a longer time. Will the Pavalova stay crispy? Pavalova is not supposed to be crispy, guys. It needs to be crispy just on the outside. The inside needs to be sort of marshmallow types, okay? Have you all had my marshmallow? It's kind of fluffy and soft. That's how it's supposed to be on the inside, okay? It's a great party dessert, absolutely great party dessert, especially if you make small individual ones that people can eat on their own. I think it's great, and as I said before, you can put it in like jar desserts, and you can sell them as well. Can't wait to try. Awesome. So this was one of the easier desserts I wanted to show you in the 4-part series with homemakers. Before we sign off, I want to tell you a few things. First of all, this studio we're standing on, this is called the Art Studio, which is my pastry school here in Delhi, and we're having an inauguration event to celebrate the launch of our 3rd studio. If you are in Delhi, please come and attend our inauguration. I'll put all the links in the groups. If you are online, the event is also put up online, so you can come and attend that as well. Bake Fiesta is happening, which is a 3-day masterclass happening with homemakers.co.in. Tickets for that will also be posted in the link in the description box below, as well as in the group. So there's going to be 18 masterclasses with different chefs, bakers, including myself, and it's going to be beautiful. Everybody's going to demonstrate their own strengths, and it's going to be wonderful. Okay. So I will see you again next time, next Thursday, for our last masterclass of this series. You do not want to miss that. It's going to be these little petit fours. We're going to post about all of it in the group as well as on my social media. So you don't want to miss that. And whenever you make this dessert, post it online, tag me.